one of these psychonauts who went out there into Potville and came back and wrote about it was Carl Sagan, the great astronomer. And he wrote anonymously as Mr. X in Lester Grinspoon's 1971 classic Marijuana Reconsidered. He wrote about the real insights he received while high on cannabis, noting that the illegality of cannabis is outrageous, an impediment to full utilization of a drug which helps produce the serenity and insight, sensitivity and fellowship so desperately needed in this increasingly mad and dangerous world. No truer words have ever been said, and they couldn't have been more timely if they were said today. I tell you, the future applications of time slowdown are immense.
And everyone is getting stoned.
I would just want to discuss with you, first of all, a few tips on time slowdown. If you've never tried pot before, you're likely to feel very impaired, so don't drive a car or anything like that. But once you get used to the sensations and you're focused and you understand how to focus, then you will find that it helps. It helps you dwell on the sensations that are enjoyable, such as licking an ice cream cone, watching a movie you enjoy, doing anything you really enjoy doing and that you're familiar with and comfortable with. It's important to also note that our concern over cannabis and impairment has been based upon not understanding how to use it. One day you'll be able to shop for your type of cannabis. I'll take the relaxing strain, the stimulating strain, and I'll have a couple Texada time slow joints there too, and those will be the ones that'll really slow time down, and that'll be for performance enhancement and enjoyment and insight of life. And that's why people use it. It's not just stimulation, relaxation, euphoria, and all the medical sick people reasons. It's performance enhancement too. It may have something to do with time slow, and I'll leave you with those thoughts. My name has been David Malmo-Levine. This has been High Society, as high as you could possibly get off the net. One click, and you're hooked.
Some of the people who had so much edgy promise, they died young. I mean, Lenny Bruce, Sam Kinison, Andy Kaufman in his way,
sure.
Freddie Prinz, John Belushi, Bill Hicks.
Right.
And it's just, I don't know, of course Bill had a natural disorder of his own, I think so did Andy, but it's not always behavior, but sometimes it's just genetic. But it's just that I think there's a degree of luck and intellect involved in giving up things that hurt you. The drug and alcohol thing, it seems to me, comes down to this. Drugs and these things are wonderful. They're wonderful when you try them first. They're not around for all these millennia for no reason. First time, mostly pleasure, very little pain, maybe a hangover. And as you increase and keep using whatever it is, the pleasure part decreases and the pain part, the price you pay, increases until the balance is completely the other way and it's almost all pain and there's hardly any pleasure. At that point, you would hope, then the intellect says, oh, this doesn't work anymore. I'm going to die and I'll do something. But you need people around you who can help you, and you need something to live for. You have to have something to look forward to bring you out of it. You know, there are a lot of people who don't have a lot to live for, and they're sort of stuck inside.
Was there ever any fear that by giving up the drugs, you lose a bit of the genius by giving up the wild lifestyle, sanity being the enemy?
Well, that has been a canard for a long time, that most of this creativity comes from being wacky, and I'm sure there's a lot of truth in that, as far as just being plain old wacky. Where the drugs are concerned and alcohol, they do seem to open a window for you. They do seem to broaden the vistas at first. The thing you have to do is learn when, you know, it's like all these great writers who became drinkers. You have to sort of, like, I find with pot, I'm not a big drug user anymore, but I have always a joint somewhere near me. I don't, you know, hidden. Might be hidden. Might be hidden. And what I do, and I hardly touch it maybe once a month, that would be frequent for me. But when I'm writing something, and I write perfectly straight, perfectly sober, and I write a whole lot of stuff, 6, 7, 8, 9 pages, and I really pour it out, the next day, one hit is all I need now. One hit, and it's punch-up time. Time to get this thing going. And you do find, with that sort of judicious use, I find there's some value in it. But most of the things we use don't let you leave them alone. They don't. Pot does, thank goodness for that.
Well, that's excellent. What? Sorry? You can applaud if you wish. That's more than fair.